When you stop chasing the wrong things, you give the right things a chance to catch you. Lale Daskal. My friends, as we jump into these markets each and every day, of course, we are looking to follow the right things. And what are the right things? That is following price. Price movement is all we really care about. And we do that by using our Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, our trend lines, and our volume indicator, which is so important. Now, as we look at this week and we hit this Wednesday, that is middle of the week, we've passed it, so we have 2 days left. We can see that we're not quite halfway up to the average line. Now, we can get there, but again, we look at where things are and we have just a little green spinning top. We had some nice movement for many, many weeks. Last week a doji, meaning lots of indecision and, of course, lots of volume there. May very well mean we've topped, but we're not having that confirmed yet with this week's candle, nor with this week's volume. What we like to see is high volume where things top, high volume where they turn over and then go down, such as we saw in the opposite here, where we had high volume at the bottom, things turned around with high volume, above average volume, and then took off. That makes us feel a lot better about things moving in our direction. We're not seeing that. For the day, up 0.57%. Now, it could just continue on and start moving up again after digesting these gains. Sometimes that happens. If it does, we'll be ready with the proper indicators to follow it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll wait, watch, and see. We make our decisions when? On Fridays. Now, let's look at what is going on here with the NASDAQ 100. The first was the S&P 500. What we see here is sort of the opposite. We had a green, well, I'm just going to call it a doji. I'm not even going to call it. But we had a doji last week on the S&P. This week we have a doji on the NASDAQ 100. We had a down candle with a wick on the bottom. And let me move this out of the way, see if there was actually, let's move and see. There was a little bitty wick on top of that candle. So it ended up being a spinning top just barely. But this week, lots of indecision and don't know which way things are going to go. We can see over the short term and the smallest chart, we've had some up movement after a lot of down movement. That's seesawing and not giving us much of a signal at all. We're still below the weekly trend line on the 2-day and the half-day, and we're just trying to figure out which way things are going to go. And the market has not yet told us, nor has the volume helped much. So we'll keep our powder dry, figure out where things are going. What about 20-year bonds? I went ahead and switched over. That's not much of a trend line. That's almost flat. Does that do much for us? No. We did have nice volume last week, but we didn't have good topping volume the week before. So again, the market's just sloppy. It's not giving us clear signals. So guess what? You don't risk your trades when you don't have clear signals. We want clear signals like we saw here as it bottomed last. High volume where it bottomed. We want high volume where it topped. And then high volume where we had the turnover and the reversal and things then taking off. We don't see that. So again, we don't see it. We don't take action. We just wait. And you know what? First rule of trading, don't lose money. Second rule of trading, don't lose money. Third rule of trading, make money. Okay, let's move on to gold. Now, gold is down again. Oh, by the way, NASDAQ, 20-year bonds were down 0.47%. So we see gold down 0.23%. Red down candle. Again, don't have volume helping us out here. We do see where the volume peaked way back, touched this line, pulled back, touched it again, and appears to be rolling off of it, which is helpful. We'll see as we get to the end of the week what the volume looks like and what we might be willing to do, but no decision yet. Lastly, go to Bitcoin, pulling back 1.67% for the day. That was in the morning. didn't manage to break out of that. In the afternoon, after really a day and a half, particularly Monday afternoon, just jamming up. And then sort of petering off, moving over. But Bitcoin still looks okay on the weekly chart. Look at all that volume. Look at all that average volume already, almost at average volume on a Wednesday. That's beautiful. So we'll wait, watch, and see. We can see where that prior 2 day, the Monday, Tuesday, really popped up. The Wednesday, first day of the latest 2 day candle, not doing all that much for us. So we'll keep our eye on things. Thanks so much for being with us. We love hearing from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. We appreciate all of you. We particularly appreciate our Patreon supporters who help underwrite the cost of the channel. If you want to help, hey man, we give you, the minute you sign up, first thing you get, 3-part series, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. All you need to know to start your journey on practice trading options. If you're interested, call and put options. Man, we got great training for you. Plus, every week you get our curated 3-wave trades for you to practice trade, along with early access to charting cryptos, commodities, and currencies. We review many of those for you. Again, look at Ethereum, look at Bitcoin, and look at the ETF that tracks the top 10 cryptocurrencies as per market share, along with interesting commodities and world currencies. That comes out early. 3-wave trades, and of course, what everybody waits for, the weekly vertical crossovers on the S&P. So lots of good stuff. That's for our Patreon members at any of the 3 levels. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.